I love my kids, but I want my body back. Written and narrated by Dr. Malcolm Linsell. Recorded and produced at brisbaneaudiobookproduction.com. Dedication. To the thousands of patients who have trusted and continue to trust me with their faces and bodies, I am privileged beyond measure. Introduction. I love to make a difference in people's lives. It's in my DNA. While my parents and grandparents felt called to make a difference through the church as Salvation Army officers, I decided I wanted to be a doctor at the age of 6. Almost 20 years later, my name was among those posted outside the Monash Medical School at the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne, Australia, confirming that a long-held dream had become a reality. It was one of the greatest days of my life. To be trusted with a person's intimate details about their health, and for them to allow me to care for them by performing surgery, is one of the greatest privileges I can imagine. Furthermore, most of my patients requesting cosmetic surgery are female, and because, for a period of time, they have allowed me to be a part of their world, this book is written to honour them. Women, particularly mothers, never cease to inspire me. Since I started plastic surgical practice nearly 30 years ago, I've worked with women almost every day. Sometimes they are challenging because they occasionally speak in a language that I and most other men were never taught. Remarkably, this language is understood by other women who occasionally, if we men are genuinely interested, will take the time to translate and even extrapolate on what was said. Why is it that one woman can say a few words or even not say anything, and a second woman can totally understand what the first woman meant, which may then take the second woman several minutes to explain? Mostly, however, women simply amaze me. For instance, hospitals can be quite impersonal places at times. When a woman presents to hospital for cosmetic surgery, she has so many things on her mind. She has usually had to organise time off work, arrange for her children to be looked after, explain to her children why mummy is out of action for a while, often pre-cook meals, and make sure her husband or partner understands what is required for the next few weeks while her body heals. She has also been selective with which friends and family members she is told because she knows that not all of them will be supportive. Typically, all of that has been accomplished before she has even considered herself and how she feels. She's often terrified, for reasons we will discuss later, as she is confronted with one of the most vulnerable times of her life. When she presents for surgery, it can be weeks or months since our consultation. On the day of the operation, I usually see her a few minutes before she is taken to the operating theatre. She's usually naked apart from a flimsy hospital gown that gapes at the back. She has no makeup or jewellery and may only be separated from the patient next door, who might be telling his nurse about the problems with his prostate, by a paper curtain. I will ask her how she is feeling, and invariably she will say something like excited and nervous, which, if interpreted, would mean, "I've never been so scared in all my life. I can't believe I'm letting you do this to me, and I trust you to do the very best job you can, because I've gone through a lot to be here." The marking up process is one of the most important parts of any cosmetic surgical operation. Any inaccuracy of measurements can contribute to a less than ideal result. Before I commence drawing on a patient's breasts or tummy, surely one of the most intimidating moments she will experience, I usually explain that this is a hospital and at any time anybody could burst through the curtain. Most mothers just laugh and say that they lost all dignity at the time they had their children, so it doesn't really matter who walks in. That is not really something a man would say. We've
Sample complete. Ready to continue?